Hey, I'm here to tell you don't worry if things in your life seemingly go bad, especially after you start doing this stuff that we talk about, that Neville Goddard talks about, that Joseph Murphy talks about, right? Do not worry because things can seemingly go bad, right? You're looking for some massive change in your life, whether it's, you know, look, it could be extreme. I mean, it happened to me. I mean, I was in a marriage I didn't like, and it took my spouse having an affair, me finding out after the fact, feeling like an idiot, feeling like someone who was, that whole feeling of being cheated on, and then other people look at you afterwards. You feel like they're looking at you like you're pathetic because you lost your family and stuff. It could be very extreme like that. You feel violated, all of that, because you don't really know what's going on, right? You just planted in your head you weren't happy. You don't get to pick how things are going to happen. You don't get to choose the bridge of incidences. They just happen, but they will take you eventually to where you want to be. Today I have a completely, I have another wife and it's different, right? So, same thing with a job. You can wish you have a better position, etc. But it doesn't always mean you're going to be directly promoted. It might mean, the happy path will be you get promoted and things go great. You just keep on that upward spiral. But, you could get fired. You could get laid off, right? And then you might have to deal with the stuff that happens when you're in that state. And you have to continue to stay positive, right? You have to continue to keep the end result in mind. So just remember that upheaval can be your best friend.
Not distant future, but you are the operant power. It will not work itself. If you dare to assume this very night that you have a better job than you now hold, or that you have a larger income, you may be fired tomorrow. Don't be concerned. On reflection, you'll see it was necessary to move you towards the fulfillment of your assumption. You could be fired. And I wouldn't bat an eye if you told me tomorrow, well, I did what you told me. You know what happened? I was fired. I've seen that. It takes someone to fire you to get you into a better job. I've seen that time and again. I wouldn't go out and quit the job. You may be promoted in the job, or you may be invited by some other concern that is competitive to join them. I do not know how it happens. I only know if you remain faithful to the assumption, it's going to happen.
So you have to remain faithful to the assumption. That's the key. Don't crumble. Don't, something that you judge as bad happens. Don't sit there and dwell on that and say, oh, see, I knew this was a load of crap. This stuff doesn't work. I'm not lucky. I'm always behind the eight ball. Don't go down that path, because that's what you will create. That's what will reflect back at you. You don't want that. You need to be delusional. You need to, like I said before, do what you have to do. In the meantime, but keep positive and just keep faithful to that vision of where you want to go. I mean, this stuff doesn't necessarily happen overnight. You're going to have to grow some patience. If this doesn't happen for you in a week or two, don't, don't give up and say, oh, that Tom guy on the internet, he's full of crap, or Neville Goddard's full of crap. It just, you don't know how long it's going to take. For me, when I was laid off that time I usually talk about, I was laid off about 6 months. It didn't happen in a week or two. Sometimes things happen quicker. You just do what you have to do in the meantime now to get by. So, and the whole marriage thing, and the divorce and all that took a while to work through. It didn't happen overnight. So, and sometimes manifestations happen quickly. You just don't know. But you have to remain faithful to the vision, stay positive, don't dwell on the negative, watch your mental diet, go look at all my other videos, go look at every single one of them, listen to all the Neville stuff in my playlists, and get familiar with this stuff if you're new to it. If you're not, then you kind of know what you need to do. So, good luck.